Hi, YouTube. Suki here with some more thoughts for you today. Today, I'm going to discuss the nature of revolutions and essentially the strategy for the U.S. and Israel right now is to spark some revolutions in Tehran or in Iran and use that to overthrow the government. However, images like this.
To celebrate the appointment of the new leader, sending a message of support to the political establishment and simultaneously a message of defiance to their
So essentially, you see images like that, which show massive support for the regime, usually in major cities like Tehran or Isfahan or other cities like that. So the thing is, while that shows that they have major support in the big cities, that actually doesn't really matter that much. So let's switch to the map here. Um, if you look at history, revolutions never begin in the major cities. Like for example, you don't expect a revolution to begin in Tehran. Why? So number one, Tehran will necessarily be the most guarded place. So you're going to have to build up a lot of troops first before you can actually go into Tehran. Now, aside from that, Tehran will also have the most intelligence people because that's the seat of government. So that's where, if any traitors are there to give information to the IDF or to the CIA or the US or something, that's where they're going to be. Um, Also, that's where the supreme leader is potentially, although they say they're in Mashhad or something, but that's usually where the leadership is located. That's usually where like the headquarters of certain things are. So essentially, it's too well guarded. Number two, aside from the intelligence guarding, you're always gonna have like soldiers running in and out of that place, because it's the capital. Not to mention the police will be the most well armed. Even if you strike them from the air, they're still gonna keep their small arms and stuff. So that's gonna be enough to kill the protesters. Now, so does that mean protest is dead? No. Like I've been saying from the past, protest is never gonna start from the middle. Protest is gonna start from the Baluks, from the edges here, from the Azeris and the Kurds rather, and maybe even the Arabs here. So, why do I say this? I'm not so when you listen to people discussing the war on Iran, I would challenge you to actually look at why they're saying the things they are saying. Now, not I'm assuming that you know that I have a pro US bias, so that's fine. Some other people will have a pro China, pro Iran bias. That's fine as well. And in fact, I spend my time debunking them. However, you have to get them to explain the thought process behind why they are saying what they are saying. So, my thought process behind saying that the revolution will not begin in Tehran is because revolutions historically have never begun in the capital city. Um, think of Spartacus, right? They actually had to go to. It didn't begin in Rome. It began in one of the satellite provinces, I think Capua, and then it grew in the countryside until they had a chance to go to Rome that they skipped. Um, think of the American Revolution. It didn't start in the capital, which was England at that time or London. It started in the colonies, which is the edges, and then the colonies just broke off. So, example, it's possible that a revolution will start in Tabriz, or in the Azeri portion over here, and then instead of going to Tehran, they're gonna say, okay, we're happy with this. We don't need to go there anymore. We're just gonna say we're independent. That's also possible. It's also possible that they'll join Azerbaijan. So the point is saying that um, it's not gonna start in the middle, and it doesn't necessarily end in Tehran as well. They can just if there's a revolution, they can just cut themselves off at any point. Now, why would it also begin at the edges? Revolutions necessarily need weapons, need arms and stuff like that. So it's very hard to airdrop a weapon or stuff in the middle of the country, like Tehran, because number one, that's where all the guards and stuff is, and number two, just because of the distance. So if you're gonna ship weapons or arm insurgents, it's so much easier to do it in the borders, where you control half of the territory at least. Like if you're gonna ship weapons to the Azerbaijani over here, you can go to Azerbaijan for free or to Turkey for free, and then just give it to them through the borders. Especially if you destroy the border guards anyway. Next, the uh, the guards in the border provinces are usually of a lesser quality than the guards in the center, because the guards in the center are where they're usually best equipped, because they have to guard the capital city. While when you're in the while we're in the border, there's still a lot of distance between you and the capital. So even if you lose a couple of engagements, the capital still has time to rush reinforcements forward. Now, aside from that, there's a unique situation here where the U.S. controls the entire air of the country. So, for example, let's say the Baluch over here. Let's say that they take over Baluchistan, and then they say that okay, we're fine. This is ours now. The rest of Iran can go to hell. Iran won't be able to contest them because you'd have to send troops all the way to Baluchistan, which will get destroyed by the U.S. air power. They would pretty much have no chance to get there. So again, do not look at Tehran for revolution. Always look at the edges. That's the most important part, and that's where this is all going to begin to fall. All right, this has been Suke. Hopefully, giving you some white pills today, and have a great day.